Hello my wonderful friends, Megas with you again today. And today I want to talk about the 2018 lunar eclipse. A lot of things have been brought up, a lot of energies during this time going in to the eclipse. As we talked about yesterday, things being brought up inside of me that had been buried for many years and that needed to be dealt with. And Melly, enjoyed your comments, and you're exactly right. When these things come up, we need to deal with them and not just to push them down and bury them. And so you might be going through a time like that right now, a lot of different emotions and things from the past coming up, and we must be strong enough in who we are. We are children of God. We have been sent here to raise the evolution of this world, so we must conquer our own demons, conquer our past, and come into high dimensions so we can bring others with us. And I had to deal with some things. I had to do some forgiving that I didn't realize still needed to be done. As I told you about that story of a cult in Texas, and they literally physically and mentally tortured me, and it was a terrible experience for a young man. And I saw the gentleman that ran that ranch many years later, and I was a full-grown man now, and I wanted him to apologize. And so I talked to him and told him about what I was feeling, and hoping he'd give me an apology, which would help me to move on. He said something along the lines of this: "Oh, I see that you've been insulted. Please let me be the first to say, be insulted," and walked off. That did not help me to get over that in the way, at least, that I wanted it to come. I wanted him to see how much he had hurt me and his wrong that he had done, and throw his arms around me, weeping and begging my forgiveness. It didn't come. And I had to be strong enough to forgive him without him ever apologizing. He had already hurt me. I couldn't let him destroy me. We have to be strong enough to forgive because it's our nature. We are children of God. We are sons and daughters of God, sent here to raise the evolution of this world. We cannot be knocked down by others. I was on a boat a couple years ago, and we were going down a river, and I was talking to a gentleman, and I was letting him drive, and he was telling me he was a retired Navy SEAL, and when he got out of the Navy SEALs, he started a multi-million-dollar business, was very successful, but he said at this time in his life, he's an older gentleman now, he didn't have anything going on. His business had slowed down and wasn't making as much money as he used to. He was no longer a Navy SEAL, and he called himself a has-been. And I thought, how sad is that, to get your value from what you're doing, because seasons change all the time. You can't be a Navy SEAL into your 70s. Your businesses will have cycles. We must get our value from what we are, and what we are is made in the image of God. We are sons and daughters of God here on a beautiful mission. That's where our value comes from what we are, not what we do. We are amazing beings, and I hope to bring that to your attention today, of how special and valuable you are in so many ways. Sometimes you don't even know how you're touching people's lives. When I first started making these videos, my first one, Mega's Life-Changing Message, I made it and was so excited, and I had these visions of 1 million views on it. And after a couple weeks, there's like 8 views, and half of them were me trying to see if anyone was looking at the video, and I was so discouraged. And one of my wonderful friends that had been following me from the beginning, Reika, she made me keep going. I wanted to quit. It doesn't make you feel good when you feel like you're not succeeding or good at something. And I'd already had doubts, as I probably mentioned to you guys in previous videos. I wasn't comfortable speaking in front of people, and so I wanted to be the prophet behind the scenes. And I was hoping my mom, she's a great motivational speaker, has made her living doing it, and I wanted her to take the message out, and it didn't work out that way, so I had to do it. And so when I see like 8 views on it, I was thinking maybe I'm not very good at this, but Reika wouldn't let me quit. She said, you got to keep making. She loved it, and she said she knows other people will love it. And sure enough, it's been growing, and I'm so grateful that she gave me those words of encouragement. Another example that just popped into my mind, when I was in the Army 30 years ago, in basic training, a horrible time. Basic training is not fun, but something that stuck out in my mind that was so out of place. The first sergeant, which came off as a very mean lady, even the drill sergeants were scared of her. She took me aside. And it was just very strange. I remember it didn't fit with what was going on. It was a time of just chaos. And she pulled me aside away from everyone else. And she looked me straight in the eyes. And she said, when you get out of the Army, I want you to take your eyes off yourself and put it on other people and helping other people. Now get back over it. Right back to the same thing. But that stuck in my mind. 30 years later, it comes into my mind. And what's funny is she helped me in a way that she never knew. I didn't sit there and tell her, thank you so much for that word of encouragement and that, thank you. In 30 years, I'll be telling people on a video about those words that you gave me, and that always stuck in my mind, and that I've been drawing on to, okay, take my eyes off myself, put it on other people. I used it yesterday. You remember my video, Bad Day? I was having a bad day, and one of the things that helped pull me through was I wanted to be strong for my wonderful friends. I wanted them to be proud of me. I wanted them to see, oh, Megas put, what he teaches, he applied it to his own life, and it works. I wanted to vibrate those higher dimensions for you guys. I want you guys to be proud of me. And so I was thinking I could just picture each of you looking at me, and I didn't want you to see me, sitting in a dark room, hugging my legs, rocking, thinking it's all over. I wanted you to see me as the Magus. I'm powerful, I'm free. I'm one with God, I'm one with good, love, peace, creating Asha in my world. That's who I wanted to be for you guys. And because I want you to be that, and I want us to change the vibration of this world. I want to bring love into this world. We're all so tired of the war and the hating and the killing and the just grabbing all you can. We want the love. We want the peace on earth. We want the good. We want to do what we're sent here to do, to bring Asha, heaven on earth, the government of God to this earth. And sometimes we don't always get the praise that we're looking for. I know a lot of you are writing books now and putting out videos, and you may have times that people don't give you the appreciation and the thumbs up and the likes that you want, and your books maybe aren't flying off the shelves, but you are making a difference, just like Reika did with me, just like the first sergeant did with me. They didn't at the time get any thank yous, but it helped. It changes lives. It raises the vibration. You are doing something. Every time you love somebody, time, even if you don't even say it, even if you just think a good thought of peace and love towards someone, we vibrate that to them and they pick up on it. We're changing the vibration and the frequency in this world. We are fighting the evil and the darkness. We are bringing that light. And so we must help each other and love each other. I love art. This just popped into my mind, kind of random, but Van Gogh. I heard the story of when he died penniless. They thought his art was junk, and after he died and they started selling off his paintings, people were buying them just for the frames and throwing away the pictures. And now they're multi-million dollar pieces of art hanging in museums. So we can't look to people praising us. We have to do it because it's who we are. We vibrate love. We vibrate peace. We stand in higher dimensions, and we raise the frequency, whether anyone's praising us or not. But now knowing this, let's help each other. Let's motivate each other. Let's encourage each other. And tell each other when we're doing something good. Something that would help me is there's about every day about 50 to 100 of you that follow me regularly every day. If you would just go on and get a YouTube account, your kids know how to do it, or you can Google it, and just give me a thumbs up, a like, you know, just give me a comment. Keep going, Megas. It makes a difference. It does help to see that, and it helps keep me going the next day and the next day and the next day, and you keep fighting and moving and going. And we got to do that for each other, to love each other, to motivate and encourage each other. And so I ask that you would do that. And so now with this eclipse that we're going into, it's a time of faith and believing. It's always a time in eclipses of transformation. We're going to higher and higher realms. So deal with those things you have to deal with, and have faith you're going to come through. I always like to give a prophecy during these powerful energies of eclipse. Listen to me. You will overcome. Your dreams that you had for this life, God knows how to get you from point A to point B. He knows where to get you, that you will be most effective. You will transcend the troubles and error of this world. You will be a strong, victorious light because you are sons and daughters of God. God is going to even exceed your expectations. God loves you, and I love you. We'll see you tomorrow.